Long ago there were two cities called Sodom and Gomorrah. They were bustling with people, but the people in these cities did very bad things. They were selfish and mean, and they disobeyed God over and over again. Their hearts were full of wickedness. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah had forgotten how to be kind and loving. They had forgotten about God and how much He loved them. Their bad choices made God very sad. He longed for them to turn back to Him, but they just kept going further and further away. God had to do something to stop the wickedness from spreading. God saw how much the people of Sodom and Gomorrah had turned away from Him. He saw the pain and suffering they were causing. His heart was heavy with sorrow. He knew he had to stop them, but he also knew that destroying the cities would mean destroying everyone in them. God decided to destroy the wicked cities with fire and brimstone. He knew this was a serious decision, but he also knew that their wickedness had to be stopped. It was important to protect those who were still innocent. However, God was also merciful. He didn't want to destroy anyone who was still good. That's why He decided to send His angels to find out if there was anyone worth saving. In the middle of all this wickedness, there lived a good man named Lot. Lot loved God and tried his best to do what was right, even though he lived in a place where people had forgotten what goodness was. It was like a tiny light shining in a very dark room. God saw Lot's faithfulness. He knew that Lot was a good man living amongst wicked people. God had a plan to save Lot and his family from the destruction that was to come. Even though Lot was surrounded by bad influences, he never gave up on doing what was right. This is why God chose to show him mercy. Section 4. The Angels Visit. One day, two angels disguised as men came to Sodom. They were on a very important mission from God. They needed to warn Lot about what was going to happen to the city and help him escape. Lot was sitting at the city gate when he saw the two strangers. He didn't know they were angels, but he could tell they were good men. Lot, being a kind and hospitable man, invited them to stay at his house for the night. The angels accepted Lot's offer and went home with him. Little did Lot know that these guests would be his saving grace. Section 5. A City's Darkness. News that strangers had arrived in Sodom spread quickly. Before long, a large group of men from the city surrounded Lot's house. These men were mean and disrespectful. They wanted to harm the two visitors. Lot was a good man, and he would not let his guests be harmed. He stepped outside and courageously stood up to the crowd, even though he was outnumbered. He pleaded with them to leave the strangers alone and offered them his own daughters instead. The crowd became even angrier. They pushed and yelled at Lot, threatening to break down his door. They were so caught up in their wickedness that they couldn't see the danger they were in. Section 6. Fleeing the storm. Seeing the danger, the angels quickly pulled Lot back into the house and shut the door. They revealed their true identities to Lot and told him why they were there. God had seen the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah and was going to destroy the cities. The angels warned Lot that he and his family had to leave immediately. They couldn't take anything with them and they couldn't look back. God was about to rain down fire and brimstone on the cities, and they had to escape before it was too late. Lot was scared, but he knew he had to listen to the angels. He woke up his wife and daughters and told them to get ready to leave. They had to trust the angels and flee from the coming destruction.